Hey everybody, welcome back to Recall the Podcast. My name is Josh, and today we have a returning guest with different members, Remlia. How are you doing?
What's going on, man?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
I'm doing just fine. Would you mind stating what you do in the band and what your name is?
I am Zach. I play guitar and vocals and yell at people.
And yell at people.
So, I'm Mike. I'm the new guy. I'm like the Pat Smear of the band.
I was just about to
The
say
Pat
that.
Smear. I'm just the guy that adds like the extra flavor.
But he was always there in the shadows. And he was there in Nirvana and Foo Fighters, like both in like unofficial fourth.
An unofficial fourth.
It's kind of like that.
Just like way back in the shadows. Nobody saw him. Yeah, okay, but he was definitely there then.
We've known each other well, yeah.
So, now I've heard you've had some changes and stuff going on since the last time I've seen you, and you recently made a video for one of your songs.
Yeah. Last time, Remlia, it was Zach. It was Mr. Zach, not me, but Mr. Hanny. We call him Hanny. And our boy Alex, but he went to join Slipknot. So,
this is going to be a fun interview. I can tell.
He went to join Slipknot, and I wish the best for him. I'm kind of jealous, to be honest. I mean, I wish I could play Slipknot. But and then I just kind of hooked up with Mike, because his band was taking a little hiatus in a way.
And I still don't get to meet Jimmy Jam.
Yeah, you will. Third and final episode.
It's just going to be him.
You and JJ.
I'm going to have to go to his house because that's the only way I'm going to get to meet this guy.
Or on the job. You have to go as like doing
You have to go on the
You have to like hand him his electrical tools.
Yeah, while he's stripping the wires and shit and putting the panel in.
I just hold a microphone and start handing him tools.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how it has to go.
Imagine that. Hey, where the fuck did you go from? but thanks for the crimpers.
Oh, man.
So you guys did a music video for one of your songs, Feed the Pig.
Yeah, it just made sense because I just had the idea for it. It was all too visual anyway. And then Mike was like, we could do it. If you want to do it, let's just go,
Yeah.
We'll just make the damn
The weird
video.
thing about that is I didn't realize even what the song was about until halfway through shooting. And I heard him and Jimmy talking about...
Just casual.
Right.
Yeah, and I was like... Yeah. Oh shit, well this kind of changes everything.
Right.
It's like we were shooting it at the vault, and so I was like putting it together, and that's where I like just kind of had all that other footage of there's that one dude from the prison. Like he's pretty popular, the one who killed the roommate who was the pedophile.
And he just said, stop, just please stop talking. Just please, just stop. Just stop. Wouldn't stop.
So who did the video? Like, was it just you guys, self-made?
Yeah, I did.
Yes.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
We just got together on a Friday night, had a couple bags of Phoebe Moonshine slushies. Shout out to Phoebe's in Milford. We had a lot of fun with it.
We just shot for like a couple hours random. Yeah. Nothing like fantastic. I mean, I got my one Sony is a pretty decent camera, but
it came out
GoPro
really well.
4 and like GoPro 3 Plus. And I just feed it all into Premiere and just kind of slice and dice till it makes sense.
Yeah, we were talking about the Premiere stuff a few minutes ago because I am just using the free version of CapCut, and that's not always the easiest thing to work with, but it is the cheapest thing to work with. I'm sorry about your mic stand, but also, by the way, we're working on very used gear sometimes. The production on it turned out really well. I really liked
it was nice.
The video.
It was cool. It fell into place. Like every time that I do a video, there's like no plan. And they usually turn out pretty good.
Got to leave a little space for the magic to happen. And the enthusiasm and all that shit just comes. I feel like when you put a lot of restraint on it, or like it's good to go in with kind of an idea, like we kind of have an idea of what we're going for. But if you micromanage too much about it, it's not gonna. got to leave a little bit of room to breathe as far as the ideas on the spot. You know what I mean?
Now, did you already have the mask, or did you go out and buy that?
No,
that was just I have like weird shit floating around in the warehouse. So yeah, I have a pig mask. I have like a whole like little corner wall of just weird masks and stuff.
And it was kind of a cool little trick. I don't know who came up with. You remember who came up with the blood splatters, like in the background, like?
Oh yeah, I had like this little thing of fake blood.
Oh, okay.
So we were like, hey, let's do some fake blood.
Yeah, so he was like standing like right behind the camera.
That was Jimmy was spraying.
Yeah, it was
try to hit him in the mouth and stuff.
He was getting so much. It was like after you got the take, like he just kept spraying. I was like, okay, JJ, that's good. You're good. You're good.
Well, in one of the conversations we had, you had mentioned, and that's why I didn't really write a whole lot of notes this time, is it was a Remlia tell-all. But I had no idea what that actually meant. So I figured
You're listening to it. Oh, no. No, I said that. And little things like that are little headline things. Like, that's why I said that.
Oh, okay.
It got you thinking. No, I don't have no plan of any.
Oh, I thought you had some dirt for me, man.
No, I don't have no dirt. There's no dirt.
It's not that exciting.
I wish it was more scandalous. But no, we are going to tell all. No, just anything you want to, we're all out there. But yeah, it's kind of cool to be playing with Mike, a little bit of old, a little bit of the new,
It's weird because he moved right across the street from the tattoo shop that I have in Milford.
Okay.
So it's like when my band like kind of just went on, it just stopped. Our
Literally
drummer just
walked
cover
across
band
the street
thing.
and had a new band.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was sitting there and I was like, well, that's great. What the fuck am I going to do all summer now?
Why did Mike cross the road?
Yeah. And then I was like,
For a new band.
I was like, Zach's right across the street.
Right. Yeah. So it's all just right there.
Are you working on new music now?
Yes, actually. We are working on a cigar song called The Stick.
Okay.
Called The Stick, yeah.
I don't see, with all the jokes, I have no idea if you're being serious or not.
No, it's true. No, it's true. Yeah, I'm some dude at work, he gave me a one string. It's made out of a paddle and a cigar box.
Okay.
So I'm gonna find a way to incorporate in there somehow. Like not a pro at like slide guitar or anything. I could do it,
Right.
I definitely want to dabble in it a little bit more, and find a way to put it in there, and then kind of end the song with a sludgy, groovy, heavy stoner, just ridiculously fat with a PH.
Okay.
And then have Seabass from Ashes, I'll come and do some Dave Mustaine stuff on it. Like,
you think you'll do it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking like start off super fast and just do a bunch of classical shit, and then kind of end it out with like bluesy out the yin yang with all kinds of wah pedals. Because he has a couple different wahs. He has a Jerry Cantrell wah that sounds pretty damn good. So he could use that on the end of it.
He's talented for sure.
He can play his ass off for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I've always respected him. And then the fact that he said that, he looks up to me and my skill. I was like, what the fuck are you seeing?
Right.
No, I guess it's this... It is kind of a lot on me, but I didn't learn it all at once. Mm-hmm. I feel like if I had learned to write lyrics, sing, and play, and try to do all that at once, forget it. It's just that I did one, and then, for 10 years I learned how to play guitar, and then I started doing a little bit. So it wasn't all at once, but yeah, there's a lot to kind of multitask, but yeah, and then with Mike in the band and more Mike's gonna have more like gang vocals, more just powerful, like like that 80s thrash crossover.
So during like the live,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just drug in a bunch of microphones into the practice space. I was like, "Hey guys, we're all singing now."
There you go.
We have a song. We have a decent amount of songs that could lend to that hardcore shouting vocal, especially Low Life was actually, we're at the studio, which actually was the vault. This was 2017. And we were recording the vocals to Low Life off our second, but for all intents and purposes, our first real professional EP, Bottom Line.
Yeah.
And the one part at the end had a gang vocal, and there's like 10 dudes, just like one after the other, because it was like 5 of us there just like chilling. And I don't know why, but like 5 rappers just like went and pulled up, and they had their 40s and their zigzags and stuff. And then I was like, I have to plan. I was like, I kind of need as many voices as possible. So I just lined him, each like went up, and I was like, all you have to do is go, hey, like as loud as you fucking can. So there's like 10, 11, 12, like 13 people just yelling on that part. I was like, yeah, that'd be cool to add more of that live.
Now, for the recording of it, do you plan on, I assume you plan on getting recorded, right?
Yeah.
Is that something you're doing in-house?
We actually might, yeah. Me and Mike.
Yeah, I can like capture the raw stuff in my studio.
The actual,
but then I send it off to like somebody who knows what the hell they're doing.
Master,
yeah. What the garbage I send versus what comes back is just like, it's ridiculous.
Do you have anybody?
And well worth it. I mean, it's pretty like.
Do you have anybody in mind for that?
Oh no, yeah, it's gonna be this dude, the dude I found on Fiverr. He's in Ukraine.
Nice.
And yeah, I send him off all the stems, and he mixes and masters and even produces sometimes. And the stuff is like stellar. That we get back, it's insane. It's like I can't believe that he makes what I send him sound like that.
Now, cost effectiveness wise, is it cheaper doing it that way than going to say like a producer around here or something?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
A lot. Thousands of dollars in a studio, I'm sure. And this guy was like 5 songs for like $400 or something nuts.
Wow.
And then you can get your CD dupes for like $100 from
and you can tell
Atomic Disc.
Doing it on the side, and who's actually like making it like every day, like someone who's like really good, and he's like, oh, I'll just record you, bud.
Yeah, this dude's like a factory.
Yeah.
He's a sound factory.
Yeah, he knows what's up, huh? Yeah, that last Power Seeker album, it did sound a lot cleaner.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
You've recently gotten married, I believe, last year, right?
Yes.
How's that going?
That's going great, bro.
Awesome. By the way, congratulations. I don't think I got to talk to you at that.
Oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
How's that been with trying to line up scheduling for shows and band and?
Oh yeah, that's been fine because she likes to come to the shows with us. Mm-hmm. There's that element of just going to new places that I feel like it's just kind of exciting for everybody.
Oh yeah,
you know, like I don't have to be playing the Taj Mahal if I'm playing a beautiful part in Virginia I've never been to. I appreciate that and I love that. And she likes to go sometimes, and then sometimes she just can't. Mm-hmm. But she works with me a lot. Say sorry, honey, but Fridays are for the boys. Like that's my decompressed day, you know.
Fair enough.
But she's super supportive of it. I mean, she kind of knew what she was getting into. It's not like I just developed this over, like we were married for 15 years and then all of a sudden we're like, hey, hon, I kind of want to go on tour. We did like a 4 or 5 date tour last summer, I think. I'm bad with dates. I don't know why. But I think, I was away for about a week, and that was kind of hard.
Yeah, I can understand that. Me and my wife, we've been together for 18 years, married for 13.
Oh, that's beautiful, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, I love her to death.
Thank you for sharing. Yes.
But she and I have not been separated for more than a week.
It wouldn't feel natural because
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I kind of did just like throw it on her because like for a while,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't write music for a while. I took like a hiatus, you know, had kids, took care of the kids and all that kind of stuff. So by the time they were starting to get older, I was like, I think I want to be in a band again, you know? And it was, you know, a little bit of a shock for her, but she got over it. Yeah,
it's like the progression of things.
Yeah,
for sure.
If you can find a way to squeeze it in, you know,
the marriage or the band.
Sometimes the marriage has to work around it, but yeah, like for the other day, when we were planning this, you know, you were so flexible with it. I was like, oh, you know, we'll kind of just meet up at 7 and just you know, just play by ear. And then I was coming home and I just beat that fucking
rain
thunderstorm.
Yeah.
But then when I heard it started coming down, like I could hear it from inside my bathroom. And there's like another story up there, and I live in like a brick, you know.
Gotcha.
I could hear it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's pretty intense." And then you sent me that, you know, like text it. And then he was like, "Hey, if you want to record that song or jam or something," and I looked out there, and I was like, and then I looked back in there, and there's my wife and a meal and a freshly packed bowl. I was like, no, I'm staying here. I'm getting a shower and I'm watching Netflix. You know what I mean? Yeah, I knew that we would, you know.
We were going to write the greatest song ever written that night, too.
Yeah.
He f***ed it up.
Yeah, no.
I did. I should have persevered through the rain, knowing how far all of our parents had to walk just to go to school. Like, so wasn't it like 35 miles in the wind and hail and like dragon pits and stuff? Yeah, because they.
I guess that's a good time to explain why we are in the garage. Yesterday, we were going to record this podcast, and then it started raining really bad, and it was supposed to be on the back porch. But since it was on the back porch and it was raining, I was like, I don't know if they're going to cancel or not, so I got to move everything to the garage so that we can still use it. And then we ended up canceling just because of the rain. We didn't want it coming through the microphones and all that good stuff. And then I just left it here. So this is why we're in the garage today. It's the first time you have seen my garage. So enjoy it. Probably never going to see it again. So
That's good. I mean, I feel special personally.
Yeah. You guys are like a lot of firsts for me and my band, you know, like
Were we your first interview thing?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Yes. Before you guys, it was just myself and Justice, the guitarist of Recall the Moment. And we were really just kind of bullshitting on the internet to each other.
That's how it starts.
And then, you know, from that, we had some stuff go on, Recall the Moment. You can go back in some of the podcasts and figure out what the hell happened. But then I needed to figure something out to keep it going, and I contacted you, and you were nice enough to say yes and sent me a couple of people to talk to. So yeah, you were the first actual interview to a different band.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Like I do, like every now and then people will hit me up or like, hey, you know any good bands? I'm like, oh, I do have a mass of knowledge in there, but it's like, who's still active? Who's dead?
That's a good question every day.
Who is not, you know, who is still, and there's a core bit of people who are like, have been around 10 plus years, who are just titans of it, who are just still around, and I'll name drop some. Burned into Existence used to be Burned in Effigy, Ashes to Vanity, 13-1, like some of the ones that you know, like, but not a lot though. But you know who they are, you know what I mean? Because they do play a lot of shows. Like me and Ashes, like, I don't know, 2010-ish, 2009-ish, we started hanging out.
Yeah.
And started playing shows together. Like, that was different lifetime ago. It's like I'm married now.
Yeah. I met Rebel from Ashes a couple of years ago, and he's been so kind to me.
Solid dude. Absolutely
solid dude. Like, he knew me from a hole in a wall, and
imagine
just,
if I was
treated me like a family,
ripped like he was, bro. I'd be a monster, bro.
He spends his life in that gym.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
telling you.
I need to get back in there.
We need to do pictures like that anyway, even with our bodies.
Yeah.
Now,
Dressed up
you
in,
got
like,
the
the
editing
leather.
thing done. So, I mean, you can just crop out some like muscles and
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
All right.
Just get a couple 6 packs.
I'll do some SpongeBob fucking anchor arms, but
All right. Well, is there any chance we can kind of get a little deeper in the conversation? I did have one subject that might be a little personal.
oh no, bro, you can.
This is the tell-all. This is the tell-all.
tell-all.
The tell-all.
We promised the tell-all.
How
Oh,
could
it's
it?
a tell-all.
How can we not go deeper if this is the tell-all?
So, my question to you is: you are pretty vocal on Facebook about
Yes.
certain subjects
Not these days, he ain't.
and your beliefs.
He's out.
And Mike is too, so he's like my little partner now.
Perfectly fine.
No, but he's
You have your own set of beliefs, and then there is also the stigma of metal and metalcore, and for like the Christianity,
yeah.
especially. So, how are you handling doing your job as a metal musician, but also keeping with your beliefs?
Oh, well, that's easy. I basically just do whatever the fuck I want. Because that's actually kind of what metal is.
Fair enough.
Whereas, like, okay, 70s, 80s, 90s, it was countercultural to do the dark eyeliner and the upside down crosses and the whole 9 yards, right? And that made sense because that was like Reagan era, you know, super conservative, like government. Like, I get it. Like, that's the counterculture. Now, that's not countercultural at all.
Right.
Like, dime a dozen bands who are like that. They sing about all this evil shit. And I was like, okay, if you're evil, like, show me. But instead, they're crying at Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's so it's actually it's actually more countercultural now to be traditional and kind of be an outsider from whatever the norm is. Like, whatever the norm is, go the opposite way.
Gotcha.
Because we're obviously not going in a good, positive direction in any way you slice it. So whatever the average person is doing, like, sometimes I pray, like, look, if I'm going along with this culture in any way, like, expose that to me personally, and I'll try to change and go the opposite way. Countercultural, right?
Yeah.
So that's metal. So now the Satanism shit, how is that rebellious? It's not. You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
At one point it was, and no offense to people who are, you know, who do that, but it's not the edgy thing it once was.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes,
It's
does.
more edgy to say I'm a Christian. Like, that's edgy because then people, you know, that makes you the outcast. Or to say that I just believe this, or I believe in traditional that, or conservative this, or something, or might have a view that doesn't, like, it doesn't matter what it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I feel like metal is actually a good platform for that.
Right.
Like, I think it's kind of interesting that Johnny Lydon from the Sex Pistols is not a super lib. He's like super like pro-Trump and stuff, which is very interesting. And then you could say, oh, well, that's because he's a blither. I was like, no, he's not. Like, he gets something. He's been around for a bit. And he's been on the side of what I was telling you about that, you know, the conservative government and God save the Queen and all the, you know, which I get. Like, I get government being too conservative and stupid too. Like, I'm about my, you know, I was very libertarian for a while too, like conservative libertarian leaning, but they got like not structured enough, just like way far out. Couldn't agree on anything. And I was like, man, these people don't represent me. I think a lot of people just feel very disenfranchised. And I think most people are moderate and they're kind of sick of the extreme shit. And I kind of am too.
Yeah.
But the extreme shit is a response to the other extreme shit. Where else just most people now are basically just, I want to be able to survive.
Right.
So we're not headed in a good direction. I just sort of made a promise to myself that I would start writing more positive stuff. It's harder to in this world now. It's a dime a dozen. I could write all kinds of stuff, like, you know. It's definitely more challenging now.
It's a challenge, yeah.
But now I'm just it doesn't matter if it's like a lighthearted song like about cigars or some shit. It's just like I just write about whatever, and we have some riffs that we've had for like 10 or 15 years that either didn't have vocals. I kind of want to bring them back, move them around a bit, and say, "Hey, Mike, I know you got some ideas, buddy. What do you want to write about?"
Just chaos and rage.
Yeah, like, but what's on your mind? Yeah.
He wants to do like songs about cigars, and I'm like, no, I want to kill people.
Okay. Oh no,
I might have to bleep that part out. Yeah.
Well, I'm not like the death metal Swedish band where you actually kill your band members.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Are you really in a death metal band if you haven't killed a band member yet?
That's black metal. The Norwegian, yeah, like black metal. It's either burning down churches or killing your own.
I mean, it's cool. You got the shirt with a pentagram on it and all, but
yeah, well, yeah. At least they actually did it, though. I will say this: if you're gonna say, "Oh, I'm a black metal, I'm a Satanist," all this stuff, I hate the church and stuff. Well, then go down. At least you're being honest. You know what I'm saying?
Might also have to bleep that one out.
he's like, "You guys are gonna get me kicked off Facebook too."
You can edit all this.
Are you kicked off Facebook?
He's always kicked off Facebook.
Oh.
No, but I do my time though.
I got suspended like once.
How long did they give you for that?
A month each time.
A month.
And once you're up on the radar, it like doesn't stop coming.
Oh, high alert after that, right?
And
Yeah,
like
I'm so
coming,
I'm like,
and they don't start
I'm
coming,
a
and they don't
Facebook
stop
bottom
coming, and they
feeder.
don't
Like
stop
my
coming,
posts don't get anywhere. Nobody ever sees my posts.
Mine neither. Don't feel bad.
Bottom feeder. Yeah, we are bottom feeders. Yeah. That's funny.
Do you consider yourself a Christian band?
No.
It's so weird that he says that because I had people tell me after they heard they're like, oh yeah, I'm playing with these guys Remlia, and they listen to it, they're like, is this a Christian band?
No.
Is this like the next Creed? What's happening?
No.
Okay.
No.
So there is a separation between church and state. Your beliefs are not the band.
Yes.
Type deal. Okay.
Yes.
But I think that the songs are written in a way for the interpretation.
Yes.
The interpretation is there. Which is how a good song.
Realistically, a lot of metal is kind of interpreted that way.
Yep.
The lyrics actually, most of the time, aren't religious at all. Maybe like one, but it's usually just use the tool of whatever angst I have that day. I use that as to literally exercise a emotional, spiritual, whatever demon. So I might write a song, like I wrote a song about my grandfather's, like dying of cancer and being surrounded by that death, and it's like an aura, and you can feel it, and you don't have to say, I only believe in like the physical world. Fuck that. There's like unspoken things that and I know what I felt, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And yeah, in the same way, here's a perfect example. Like Dave Mustaine of Megadeth. Super opinionated too, kind of conservative-y and born again, but is Megadeth a Christian band? Not really. And neither was Creed, because it's like when you say a Christian band, it makes the
Striper.
Right. Yeah, it makes it be like every song is about like I feel like nothing against that, obviously.
Yeah.
But I feel like that puts a pressure context on, like every song is about God. Like every single song is like about propagating.
Right.
In the same way, in death metal, every single fucking song is about mutilation and dead bodies and shit. And it's like, like I don't even care about the lyrics in death metal at all.
It's almost like it's like a tribute though to the songwriting style, is that someone can take what you might not have been singing about at all, but they can take that and apply it to themselves, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, like I said, a lot of metal can be kind of interpreted like that, because, I mean, most of it's about demons and devils. And
Yes. Like Korn, for the longest time, I think they switched up, but for the longest time, they didn't have any lyrics at all in their liner notes.
Right.
And I think they were asked about it, and Jonathan Davis was like, well, people are kind of just gonna hear what they hear anyway.
Yeah,
because there have been songs, and I'm not even talking about like the super brutal, just songs where people are singing, some 80s song, and I'll hear something different. And I know this is a common phenomena that your average person experiences, and sometimes you hear a lyric and it's like, my lyric's better. Like I learned the actual lyric, my lyric's fucking better.
Oh man. So what type of band would you consider yourself? Death metal, metalcore, heavy metal?
I would just say heavy metal. That is such a blanket term though, but it really is. Yeah. Because heavy metal, if somebody says what's heavy metal, I'd say Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Metallica, Black Sabbath first and foremost. And speaking of that, we can segue into, I do want to start doing some more covers where I can sing more and it could be a simplistic song, only like a single guitar. So we were jamming on some Sweet Leaf.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was just fun, bro. I was letting my inner Ozzy out, and that was fun.
Yeah, we'll be practicing. I'll just like start throwing out some like random riffs here and there. We did what was that? White Zombie, Thunder Kiss. 65.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just making
like
up fucking
weird random stuff.
I was making up a bunch of lyrics. Bro.
I'll start strumming like Dire Straits, Money for Nothing. He'll start singing it.
Yeah, the classic rock riffs are so fucking huge.
Yeah,
they really are. Like, Owner of a Lonely Heart is such a fucking heavy. It's not when it goes into the actual song, but when it's got the reverb on the intro, so fucking massive, dude. And it's like the 3 notes. So heavy. So fucking heavy. And I think I randomly started playing some Cat Scratch Fever too. You remember that? So fucking massive as well.
Yeah.
Such a brutal riff.
It's all good. I think Fudge Tunnel did a version of that too.
Oh yeah, they did.
You remember Fudge Tunnel?
And then, oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh.
And Pantera did it. I'll make a pussy boy with the stroke of my Yeah, that was a heavier version. That was fun though. And they also did some Planet Caravan too. Yeah, there were a couple good Pantera covers. Yeah, they're good. But yeah, so
I used to like that about like Typo Negative. They would like segue from their song into their next song with like some weird random snippet cover of something at their shows live.
Yeah,
I always like that about Typo.
And that's what I'm thinking that we'll do.
Microphone, sir.
Oh, sorry. We'll do Sweet Leaf, talking about one type of leaf, and then go into our new song, Respect the Stick. We should just... I don't like long song names. Is that going to be
the cigar song?
Yeah. Because that's actually a slang for, hey, bro, you want to go to the humidor and go get a couple sticks, brah?
Is that's a thing? That's like an actual legit thing?
Yes. It's a legit thing.
So you like cigars?
I kind of exaggerated on it.
We have constant conversations about cigars in the group chat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What are you smoking? He'll have a video up. He's like, "Hey everybody, what are you smoking on tonight?" And I've always got like these like little wimpy things.
It's like, here's my bars.
Yeah.
What do you show?
Well, he was like always talking about he has like the Metallica blackened fancy thing or whatever.
Don't hate me, cigar aficionados, but Cubans are good. Don't get me wrong. Good, mild, really tasty, but at the same time, there's this kind of forbidden fruit to it that it was embargoed, illegal at one time. So it has that allure. There's just as good stuff grown in Honduras and Nicaragua and stuff. I like the Nicaraguans and stuff. There's a company called Deadwood Tobacco, smaller company, partnered up with Drew Estate, which is like on top of the cigar world right now, and they're like making cigars that are going to the next level. Like, I don't know what they're doing, how they're getting some of these natural flavors and hints in there that are just, you know what I mean? Like there's one called Fat Bottom Betty, and it literally tastes like you're smoking like a brownie, but tobacco, no artificial bullshit, no sweeteners, none of that shit, you know, just whatever's in the soil.
Very cool.
But that's not from Cuba, you know.
Right.
These guys are like searching the world over for like these fine cigars, and I'm rolling up into the gas station like, hey, what do you got? Like a little crackhead or something. Yeah, give me that little one in the brown package. That's cool.
So yeah, we might even shoot a new video soon too.
That was one of the questions.
Now that we can do it on demand.
Yeah.
Thanks to this guy here.
Yeah. That's just, I've been doing it forever. I've been shooting videos and recording stuff, and
Yeah.
super. I mean, for me, it's simple only because I've been doing it like for so long.
To me, it's very complicated. Everything I'm doing here.
Right. I know.
Yeah, we're tracking all the stuff, recording all of this.
Yeah.
It was a learning curve.
I know.
Severe learning curve.
That's a lot of people think, oh, just buy this cool camera. And no.
Nope.
That's the beginning. Then there's a whole lot on the other end. Yeah.
I still don't understand a white balance. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah. You just got to hit. It's one setting. Bing. You're good.
Yeah, well, I might have to have you show me a couple things then.
Right.
Oh, man. That was actually one of the questions is, are we going to start seeing more videos from you guys?
I think that's the wave of the future for just bands in general.
In general, yeah.
Yeah. I think that the time of dropping entire CDs and libraries of stuff might be over.
Quite a few bands I've spoken to are in that mind frame.
Yep.
And I mean, I just talked to one a couple of months ago from Arkansas. Yeah, Arkansas.
All right. Nice.
And they were in the same mind frame. Albums are dead.
Yep.
Just make singles, do videos.
Yep. Exactly.
So
social media presence.
That's what they've been getting. That's what they're getting their views from.
Right.
They release an album, and their thought process, and it stands true, is I release 12 songs today. Someone might listen to one, and that's it.
And you have that long lag.
Right.
Of time.
Exactly. But if you take all those 12 songs you were going to put on an album and release one every month, someone's looking at you every month.
All the time.
So it did make quite a bit of sense, which this suggestion is actually written here to suggest getting an official YouTube.
Right. Do you? You don't have one, do you?
I do.
Oh, do you have one? Nah, it's just I
just don't have our shit upload there.
Right. Yeah.
But I could. Yeah, I've had one since like 2008-ish.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for us,
we're still kind of scattered. Like it's still pretty new. Like I just
getting people to find
ago.
you is a big deal. Yeah. So like having it all organized, like a link tree, YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Get it all in one spot.
And that's
but I am thankful that if somebody just says, well, I'm not going to say it because nobody says our name right anyway. If you type in our band name, we will pop up. Yeah. Like we're actually one of the main things, which is good. Or you might get some desert somewhere in Afghanistan or somewhere. Like seriously, we get random like Arab like people like saying all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know. Because I think they might be thinking about that we're this desert, like it's spelled the same way. Yeah.
We could probably make that work in our favor.
Yeah, somehow. Yeah, we could. Yeah, right.
We'll shoot the next video down the beach or something.
Yes.
We're just like
there
dudes.
You go.
But yeah, I totally agree with what you were saying about longer albums. We did our first full length. Black Creek Cove, and turned out great.
It's really cool.
Yeah, that's nice. Sounded good.
And it was only 8 songs, and that's how I liked it.
Yeah.
Because I grew up on 8-track, like the Metallica, the Megadeth, the Anthrax tapes.
Right.
They were 8. There's 8 tracks, and it's just 8 tracks, just like constantly going.
Very
I
cool.
was like, yeah, it's going to be 8 tracks, but I'm definitely thinking from here on out, maybe one single.
I think
Three
EPs are
song
still cool.
EP, 5
EPs
song
don't
EP.
hurt my feeling. 4 or 5 songs, but
EPs
it's
are the
the
new
weight
albums,
to
for
like
sure.
get all of it together,
Right.
to get it all done. That's why
Yeah.
I'd rather just farm out the one song, get the one song back. Hey, let's shoot a video, and it's a lot easier when you have your own production and can do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it gets pretty pricey.
Very, very costly.
Yeah, especially
So
the video
much money.
aspect of stuff is just like,
Yeah. To get a song, record it, produced,
yeah.
mixed, mastered, a video created.
Especially rolling in a studio, like a studio environment. They're not going to do just one song either.
No. Well, some will, but they
Yeah.
charge more because
yeah.
it's an inconvenience to them
yeah,
to do
for
it
sure.
all like that. So, I mean, it's very costly business, and we are never going to see our money back. I'm never going to see my money back.
I got $1.37 on my distro kid.
Right. I think I'm up to like 40 cents or something. Yeah.
Right? It's like, awesome, man. I spent like $1,000 on this thing. And
I need to check. I didn't even think that was a thing. But somebody did like lift our album off of YouTube or DistroKid or something and put it on their own like channel. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even fucking mad. They're not making any money off of it. We're not making any fucking money off of it. And people loved it. I was like, okay, that's sick. But I think I may or may not have given them consent to, but I don't remember.
And I believe it was Grant Dawson that produced that one. Yeah.
Yes.
How was that?
That was, working with him was great.
Yeah.
yeah, Grant's a good dude. He actually
I
had a
have not
studio.
met him.
Oh, really? He was doing his studio out of the vault on the one side.
Oh, okay.
He rented the one spot, and he was like, he's been grinding.
Living there and everything.
Grinding on
So many
his thing.
of the bands that have come through here have mentioned his name.
Yeah. He's really, really good.
Yeah.
Really good, for sure.
Well, the album sounds good, so
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yes.
assume, yeah.
I did that whole thing on the Armageddon telly, and that was before I even put the bare knuckle pickup in there. So it was just one little single coil.
Yeah, I saw you got some new gear recently too.
Yeah.
Amplifier, I believe, right?
The
Head?
PRS, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's amazing. And I'm just going straight into it.
Yeah.
Like no bullshit.
Very cool. Very cool.
It sounds great. Converted to tube, finally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like solid state, but tube is just, there's a warmth to it that you
Finding them, the tubes themselves, is difficult now.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
Yeah.
I got that little orange in there, the amp.
Oh, that's a tube.
Yes.
Nice.
And it's difficult to find them. I buy them anytime I see them because it's rare.
Oh, shit. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
like,
Supply chain shortage. But, yeah.
Hopefully, I never have to change it.
it's
but
expensive, too.
Yeah. So, I mean, hopefully I don't have to change it. But if I do, I need to have a spare there just to be able to get it. So
Yeah.
maybe, do a little window shopping.
I should.
Yeah.
Shit.
However, how many does it run?
It's got like 6 or 8 of them in there. It's got a decent
Yeah,
amount
dude.
in that little bitch.
You
Like,
should
it's
go
kinda
shopping.
heavy.
I've only got one in mine.
What is that, just
It runs,
a
though.
preamp? The
Yeah, it runs for the
like
preamp,
AX7
yeah.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
But it sounds cool for being as little as it is. It's a micro,
cool.
yeah.
No, that's how my Harkey bass amps were forever. They had that tube preamp in it.
Yep.
Oh, they sound great.
Yep.
Yeah, at half volume, I was playing with a drummer, and I was like, okay, I can get on this, because I don't have a whole lot of space in the studio that we have here, so I needed something small, and it fit.
Yeah,
So,
even the little small Harkey amps are good like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So how about shows? Any upcoming?
Oh, we do have a show coming up.
The
Planned.
September one, right?
Yeah, September 14th, is it? Yes.
I'll be doing double duty on that one.
Yeah.
Why is
Oh,
that?
yeah, because you're on that one, aren't you?
Yeah, I swear.
Yeah.
We had that book we had that book for like forever because I play guitar in Power Seeker
Oh, okay.
too. and
So both playing the same night?
and they're playing on that the same night too. And I was like, oh, okay, well, this will be
As long as you're not running the sound, I mean, you should be able to
Right.
get up
Yeah,
there
yeah.
and play. You'll be fine. It's one show. It's not.
What's the name of that band? It's
Kaza.
That's it,
They're
Kaza.
from
From-
Japan. So
Okay.
then they come here and do a little tour of the States. And they're great
Where's
people.
the show going to be?
that's halftime, right?
Halftime.
Yeah.
Halftime. All right.
Well, I saw like the Kaza, somehow they hooked up with like every water park in the country.
That's so sick.
They're doing like the Kalaharis and the
Yeah.
what's the other one?
That sounds like a fun time.
I can't remember the name of the other one now. But yeah, all the water parks are the Great Wolf.
Very cool.
Yeah, right. I was like,
Okay.
check these guys out. I want to get on that tour. I want
wanna-
to do the water slides.
Yeah, I want to water park tour, bro. Like, I want to go on some. Like, I've seen some festivals where you can like literally be watching like Slipknot or Black Sabbath like there and play, and you're on like big ass roller coaster. I was like, dude, that's so.
We did that at the one in Virginia. I forget what they were calling it at the time, the Rock Rebellion or whatever. And we were up in the Ferris wheel.
That's
It
really
was
watching
either
the band.
Rock
Yeah.
Rebellion or Lunatic Luau or some shit like that. Yeah.
That's cool.
Good times.
Very good times. I'm gonna grab myself a puff real quick.
But yeah, we got that show, and then we got all kinds of dates that we can't tell you about.
They can't hear you because the microphone's not there.
It's like break time.
Where can we find Remlia throughout the internet?
Everywhere the books are sold. Oh wait, no,
That's a different company.
It's not my book. On that internet thing,
On that internet.
on that thing that Bill Clinton invented. Or wait, no, that was Al Gore. My bad. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No links, websites?
No, but Facebook. On Facebook a lot.
Sometimes, as
Yeah,
long
that's
as it's
pretty
not
much
banned.
it, right?
Sometimes, as long as I'm not banned, but yeah, Facebook a lot, and we're on Reverb Nation and Deezer, D's Nuts, and
Oh, yeah,
we
Deezer.
actually we might
forgot about
we
Deezer.
might even be on
Apple.
Napster. Sorry, Lars.
You probably are on Napster.
Yeah, we are on Apple.
That's still around. Napster's still around.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
Lars
on my
got me
distro,
kicked off
too.
Napster back in the day.
Did he?
Yeah. Remember the illegal downloading thing?
Yes.
That's why I hate Lars so much. Like
Yeah.
not because he's a shitty drummer, but on top of that, he got me kicked
JJ
off of
loves
Napster.
drugs.
He's not a
Lars.
shitty drummer. He's a basic drummer.
Okay. Luckiest drummer in the fucking world. Luckiest basic drummer apparently in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like he's not bad. He just
He's
doesn't-
just not good. JJ loves fucking
JJ
Lars.
loves Lars.
Bizarre. It's like JJ's probably way better than Lars.
Yeah. Lars is more like Vinnie Paul. Like, that's who Lars would be on a good day, would be Vinnie Paul.
If he practiced really hard.
Yeah, if he actually. He even made a joke about it on that metal show. He was like, yeah, if I I'll do my Lars. I gotta do the lip step. He was like, yeah, Eddie, yeah. So when I wipe the cobwebs off my drum kit, and I was like, even he fucking knows it. Even he knows it. Anyway, yeah.
I'm not
Thanks for
sorry.
having us. Recall the moment.
Yeah.
Delaware Branding Company. Come get a fucking tattoo.
yeah.
Reben Remlia, you've been fucking awesome. I need to go home and get a shower.
And as for the Recall the Moment stuff, we do this podcast once a month. And we release a music video every now and then, which our next one will be next month. Keep an eye out for that information. Until then, peace and love, y'all.